You know me. You know what I do for a living. I'll find him for 3. But I'll catch him and I'll make ricotta for 10. You want to be chic? Make ricotta. Your friends will freak out. Ricotta is essentially a very loose cheese. You're making cheese. So you really need 3 ingredients, not counting salt and pepper and herbs, which is cream, milk, and lemon juice. I'm not gonna lie to you. There are as many times of making ricotta that it has not worked as there are that it has worked. One of the main things is the temperature of the liquid, okay? So your cream and milk have to be practically rolling and boiling. And if they're not, it's not gonna work. I've discovered this through failure. The first thing I'm gonna do is make some lemon juice because that's what we're gonna use to essentially curdle it. So I'm just gonna quickly do this. You can serve it with fruit and you can make a lasagna with it. You can serve it with other cheeses in the center of the cheese tray. You can put it in a salad. I mean, it's divine and it's homemade and people love it. Is it easy? Yeah, it's pretty easy. But they don't need to know that. Here's my lemon juice. This is Trickling Springs, which we have in New York. They're a cool farm. 2 quarts of milk. You know, Cleopatra used to bathe in ass's milk, meaning a donkey. Cup of cream. I'm gonna put salt in it now to actually flavor. I mean, this is the salting. If it was a horror movie, this would be the salting. You can salt it after, but it's not as good. Gently stir this. The salt should dissolve very quickly. I wouldn't put pepper in it now because you might decide that you want it to be super white, you know? And if you serve it, you can always put a little pepper on top of it. I don't know if you want black pepper flakes all through it because it's quite dramatic when it comes out correctly. Now here's another word of advice. When you turn this on, you cannot leave the kitchen because when it goes, it's gonna go. Now when I first made it, I put too much cream. I'm like, I'm gonna make mine even richer than everybody else's. And I put more cream in it, doesn't work. I tried not boiling it because I was scared to boil it, doesn't work. You basically have to let it boil. Then you pour this in and it turns into cheese, you'll see, okay? But while we're waiting, I'm gonna do basically step 2. I'm going to take a sieve like this. I'm gonna line the sieve with cheesecloth. You should fold this, okay? This is 1 thickness. Now I'm like Miss Havisham. Fold it, and then you're gonna lay it in the sieve. This is where you're gonna pour your milk. Okay. Chiffonade, you take your herbs, you dry them, really, really dry them, and you're gonna ball them up into a ball like this. That's plenty. Turn your thing, and you're gonna chop them again. So we're waiting for this to boil. Sort of like watching paint dry. But I just noticed it's 4:20. Perfect time for a little drink. This is a beautiful burgundy that my cousin Paul gave me for Christmas. It's like extravagant. I watched these documentaries. I thought there was only one, there's 3, about the momentous day in history when the American wine won the blind taste test. It's called the Judgment of Paris, which was very shocking at the time. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. We just got to wait for it to boil.
Okay, we can cut.
Okay.
Ricotta, take 2.
And it's starting to boil. We wanted to tell you guys that we're having fun doing some shorts, but we have 2 big full dinners in the pipeline. So it's important that you know that we haven't stopped doing full dinners. We just had some fun doing shorts. So the next thing we shoot is a full episode, and boy, do you want to see that one. All right, I really want it to like boil. And then I'm gonna put in, I think it's 2 tablespoons or 3 tablespoons. You gotta, this is one of the few things that I would say Be precise. 2 quarts of milk, 1 cup of cream, 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. Okay, it's starting to look like it's boiling. See the little shivers? But I want an active boil. An amazing thing is gonna happen. Hightower is gonna be filming it. When it turns into cheese, it's pretty impressive. Now it's boiling. So I'm gonna turn it down because it's gonna start to overflow. Okay, and I'm gonna do 3 tablespoons of this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit so that it stays boiling. Now look at this. See the curds? It's already turning into cheese. See that? That's ricotta. Wow, look at that. It really made good ricotta. I personally think it's gone, all it's gonna go. It's possible if I left it here for another minute, it would go more, but I don't think so. So here we go. We made ricotta. So I'm gonna gently pour this so it doesn't pull the sides in. It's a particularly magnificent batch, by the way. You're gonna pull up the sides like this, okay? And you're gonna make it secure by sort of twisting it so you're closing the opening a little bit. And you're gonna go like this. And it's draining right now, as you can see. And this will turn into however dry you want it. I have also left this one Christmas, I left it too long while I was doing all this other cooking, and it got too dry. So you want to sort of keep an eye on this. I wouldn't squeeze it. You're going to have an urge to squeeze it, said the actress to the bishop. Okay? Don't squeeze it because it's a little tender and it can dry out very quickly. I usually wait until it's not steaming and it's not actively dripping. And then I'll take it out and I'll show you the finished product. It's magnificent. It's lovely, and it's homemade. People, for some reason, flip out for this. I mean, you get some walnuts, even candied walnuts, or some honey and figs, or some beautiful boar's salami, like from a wild boar. You serve that, your friends are gonna croak. I just checked the curds that were left over in the pot, and they're already like professional ricotta. You wanna be careful it doesn't get too dry. And the second thing is just from the Christmas mishap that I had, I would say, put cellophane on it when it's in the container you're gonna store it in, because it will continue to dry in that container. That's actually what happened at Christmas, was that it continued to dry in the little bowl that I put it in. This is not dripping anymore. And based on the curd that I tried from the pot, I would say it's pretty close to being put into a dish. Ricotta. Come on. You made ricotta. You made ricotta.